Welcome to Wedding 411 On Demand's podcast. Today we're going to be discussing points to consider when choosing a historic venue for your wedding. And to help us navigate through those points, we've invited Wendy Owen, who is the event coordinator for the United States Naval Academy Alumni Association, Ogle Hall. Welcome, Wendy.
Hello.
Wendy, do you need to be a member of the Alumni Association to have an event here?
You do have to be a member of the Alumni Association, but you don't have to be a Naval Academy grad or associated with the military in any way to become a member.
Wow. Can you tell us a little bit about this home? How old is it?
This house was built in 1739.
And how many weddings do you believe have taken place here?
I'd say we've had well over 1,000.
That's a lot of weddings, a lot of weddings. First, tell us, in this beautiful home, you have the original wooden floors, gorgeous rugs, antique furnitures. What are the stipulations in a historic site? Are heels allowed? Certain foods that might stain some of these things?
Some houses may have problems with that. Here at Ogle Hall, we don't have any restrictions about red wine or high heels. These floors, these rugs can take it.
Good. The flow. The flow is a little different than in a big hotel ballroom. You have many smaller rooms. How does that work?
In this house, we have this larger space here we call the ballroom. We have two or three side rooms. We have a beautiful patio and lawns. We even have a much more modern space downstairs. Really allows a group to walk through the house and have a very personal experience in different environments throughout the house.
So you could put seating for a sit-down dinner in all of the various rooms, or you could have your cocktail hour in one room, the ceremony in a room, and just utilize the entire property.
Absolutely, and we often have even seating outside on the courtyard, under a tent, standing cocktail in the house. Absolutely, it makes a wonderful environment.
Talk a little bit about acoustics. We're in a historic venue, band, DJ.
You can have a band, you can have a DJ, we even have a sound system throughout the house. You can plug in an iPod.
That's good. Lighting. You've got gorgeous chandeliers, beautiful lamps. Do you believe that pin spots on the tables or uplighting is needed?
You don't need extra lighting here. We really do get wonderful lighting from our Waterford crystal chandeliers. But if somebody wants to personalize their table arrangement by adding pin lights or LEDs, that adds a wonderful touch.
Flames, open flames, candles, historic venues, certainly something to be considered.
And that's one of the only restrictions that we do have here, because this house has been through 2 fires through the centuries. We're very careful not to have any open flames on this floor.
So if you want the look of a flame, you might want to work with your florist or your decorator to utilize the LEDs, because quite frankly, they look just like candles.
They're beautiful.
They absolutely are. Tell us a little bit about trends. What are you seeing with trends in historic sites as far as decor or entertainment?
Well, people are bringing a lot of historic elements into their ceremony and reception. We've had people had their bridal party brought to the house, led by a bagpiper. With blended families, you often have children at the receptions, so they're setting out lawn games on the lawn so that the kids can have a good time and the adults can get in on it as well. And with party favors that they give to their guests, they really like to personalize them without making them too expensive. We had one couple that took the tins of Old seasoning and they wrapped it with their favorite recipe for crab cakes. Inexpensive, very Maryland, just a nice way to go.
That's what I was going to say, very Maryland for sure. Tell me a little bit about parking. You're a historic venue in a historic downtown area. What challenges does that pose?
Definitely a challenge in this area. We don't have a parking lot, but people are very imaginative about handling the parking for their guests. They can hire a valet service, they can hire a shuttle to bring people from the parking lots. And here in Annapolis, we're lucky to have e-Cruiser, which is a wonderful option.
Absolutely. I know the e-Cruisers are electric, correct?
I think so.
Great eco-friendly thing to utilize. Tell me, also, we were discussing how great would it be if in your invitations you included a postcard that would have a wonderful sketch of your historic venue on one side and a description on the other, so that when that is sent out to with the invitations, that certainly your guests get a feel for what type of a venue they're coming to and what to expect.
It's a wonderful thing to do, and this house, we've had beautiful drawings done of the house, and the history is so interesting. It definitely is a nice way to introduce people to where their reception will be.
Great. Well, Wendy, thank you so much for sharing your expertise with us, and thank you for joining Wedding 411 On Demand's podcasts.